Well, it's Monday morning. Who's here? Bumcrack Picker. Sadie's not first. Finally, someone that appreciates a good paper towel bounty. Yeah. I would buy the cheap kind, but the wifey wife likes the bounty. So that's what we get. Hey, Lag. Good morning, Maggie. Alrighty then. What's going on? Everybody have a good weekend? I was busy for part of it, and then I wasn't busy for part of it. We had to run up on Friday evening to take my little baby boy, our old clunker Dodge, because his Suburban went to the auto mechanic to get a transmission fixed, or a new one. I don't think we found out yet. They've had the car almost a week. Seemed like they would have made a decision now as to what's going on. Oh, hang on, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Maggie had a great weekend with grandbabies and Phillies baseball. Yeah, Phillies and the Astros going to the World Series. Who would have thought it? uh, our our postmaster is such a huge New York Yankees fan. I was so happy when Astros beat them 4-0 in the playoffs. I get to talk trash to him when I see him. Good morning, Anissa. Okay. What's wrong with JT? I don't get the why. Yeah, Sadie tore it up. He made more than a couple of bucks, y'all. Was it Friday? Mr. Sadie in a 1,000 player tournament. Guess what place he placed? Guess what place? Guess what place? Sadie's number one. number one. Oh, he's sorry, Sadie. 1,452 players played in the tournament, and Mr. Sadie won the whole thing. Oh yeah, yeah. What was her name? Buying Space said hi to me in Victoria's channel. So no, what's her? Anyway, she grabbed at me and said, "Don't call me BS." I said, "Hi, BS." I was just saying hi with her initials, and she said, don't use my initials to. Yeah, look at that. Mr. Sadie made $1,620 out of $11 start. That's incredible, Sadie. Mr. Sadie's a good player. I try, but I'm not good. She gets upset about it, I guess. I've been called worse things than BS. Sadie needs to adopt me. I know. Yeah, Mr. Sadie even beat the robots. Well, he just showed it. Oops. Where'd it go? There it is. Mr. Sadie won $1,620. Oh my God. And he might have won a little more, but if he wants to tell you about that, I'll let him. I know. Yeah, some people just, yeah, I don't know. I promise I didn't mean anything by it. Uh, Sometimes I get in trouble without even trying. You ever do that? Yep. So, yeah, man, most of the weekend I did some pretty good listing. I had I made during the weekend I made like 20 listings of vacuum cleaner filters and bags. And a bunch of them were multiple quantities. So I listed like 200 vacuum cleaner bags over the weekend. Here he is, the one, the only, the winner, first place, champion of the universe on Friday evening, Mr. Sadie.
It's, yeah, I'm the one and only. Okay, thank God. My wife tells me all the time, they broke the mold when they made you.
I know. So tell them about the deal you made.
All right, so uh, the guy there's a pro that they named the tournament after one of the pro players. His name's Jeff Polsky. He's on YouTube, and he uh, he was in fourth place, and I knocked him out. He had pocket sevens, and put him all in with ace king, and or he went all in, and I called with ace king, and I beat him and knocked him out. So that felt pretty good. But it got down to three players, and when it's down to like the final table, everybody can push this button called make a deal or just keep playing. And basically, what they're asking you is if you want to just end the tournament early, and everybody gets a deal proportionate to the money that you have at the table or the big blinds that you have at the table. So I had 50 big blinds, and the two players left below me had 30 big blinds each. So I don't know. I don't have a lot of experience in this field, so I wasn't sure what to do. And it was 2 o'clock in the morning, and my eyes were starting to close on me. So I took the deal. First place would have been 2,100 had I played it out and won the thing without doing the deal. But I decided to take the deal. I still got first, and they got second and third. So it was like 1620, and then 1,300, and then like 1,100 or something like that. It was something like that. But yeah, I could have played, and I talked to a couple pro buddies of mine, and after the fact, and they said that it was probably a bad deal for me. Being the chip leader, they said they would have never took the deal, but you live and learn. It was still a good night.
Well, you can do that another time. But yeah, you had to get up the next morning and go to work, didn't you?
I did. I worked all day Saturday and
All day
Sunday,
Saturday. Dang.
but it's okay though. I felt pretty good about it.
Yeah. I
You
mean,
don't mind getting up?
once you make the final, what time did the final table start? Maybe 10 or around
Uh, oh, it
midnight,
was like
maybe?
yeah, it might have even been like closer to one, Todd.
Jeez. So by that
It went
time,
pretty quick. I knocked four of or three. I knocked three. There at the final table was it's an 8 player field, so the eight player table. So I knocked three of them out. I knocked the first three out myself, and then uh, or no, I knocked the first two out, and then I knocked out Boski. So I was on a roll. I was really on a roll. It was crazy.
it is crazy. I mean, the odds of being first are 1,400 and something to 1. They're bad.
Yeah, they're really bad.
So you
And
can't
you know
be
you
just an average player, and you have to get lucky once or twice during a tournament like that, don't you?
I got really lucky early in the tournament. Well, I was down to 2,000 chips, and when I went to the final table, I had I think it was 5 million in chips. So I
Five
I got really
million.
$5 million. I got really lucky early. Uh, I went all in with Ace King, and the guy had a pair of kings, and I rivered a straight. So I got really lucky with your favorite hand one time early.
I actually won with Ace King once last night, but then I don't know. It just all slowly evaporated.
Yeah, I ended up. I could have probably made the money if I just would have blinded down, but I ended up going out like 290th or something like that.
Oh, so you did not make the money yesterday evening.
No, I
Okay.
like I said, I had 15 big blinds, and I was 290th something, and they paid 254, so I could have easily hung on to make the money, but I don't know. I feel like the proper way to do it is just play to win, unless you're just learning and passing time or something. So I see an
Right.
opportunity, I take. You win some, you lose some.
So what are your plans for the winnings besides putting a Nissa in your will?
Well, I'm probably going to be supporting Walmart a lot the next few weeks.
Walmart. Gonna spend all your winnings at Walmart's. You know what
Well,
Dusty
my
used to
wife
call it?
said,
Walmarts.
yeah, yeah, yeah. My wife will handle the better part of it. She's already thinking about Christmas and stuff, so
Yeah.
that'll
Christmas is
help out.
coming.
Yeah, I know, man.
Yeah, I don't even like to think about Christmas until after. I don't really get big into Christmas until after Thanksgiving, but I don't even want to think about it until after Halloween.
Yeah, I'm the
Time,
same way. I just can't get in the
time for
mood.
a
And then
bender.
I got, yeah, time to go on a long bender. And then I got a month's worth of work out there at his house decorating. You know how it goes out there every year. So
Yep.
he's wanting a whole winter wonderland this year. So we'll see how it goes.
Of course he does.
Well, he's got a new his only grandbaby's going to be 2, I think. And you talk about a kid that ain't never going to have a worry in the world. I mean,
Hmm.
good morning there, John Jones. He love us all like rich aunts and uncles. I'm far from rich. That 1600 was a nice lick for me. I mean, it makes life a little bit easier for the next few weeks.
Yeah, at the World Series of Poker, there's lots of smaller tournaments you can get into. So now
Oh
that you got a
yeah,
little,
yeah,
now that you got
a little bankroll.
some bankroll going, you should go out there and try one.
Yeah, it's one of my dreams to go do it. I mean, actually, and I think I told you this. One of my, I mean, I was determined on winning that Boski at least one time in my
Didn't
life.
take you long after you said that either.
No, I know it wasn't that long ago. I told you that.
So now
But
you got to do it
I don't know.
again. You got to repeat
Right,
now.
right, right. What I need to do is Renee won that big tournament out of wherever that was, Costa Rica or wherever it was.
Yeah.
Uh, First place was 70,000. He took 70,000 home. But I don't know. Y'all don't want to talk about poker this morning.
We can talk about whatever. You don't make no,
I
never mind.
I could talk about poker for days, and I'm sure it's probably boring to most people.
Yeah, that's okay.
There's old Felix. Good morning. 24K.
24K. They won three thousand
Speaking of
dollars
rich,
for a plane ticket to Thailand.
speaking of rich people, and poof, he shows up.
Yep, yep. We got $11 into 1,400 and something. That's pretty good return on investment right there.
Yeah, like 1620, I think it was.
Oh, 1620.
I sent you a screenshot of it because I didn't want to.
Oh yeah.
I had to save that one because people never believe you when you tell them these stories. I guess I was adding it up the other day, and this will be the last thing I say about poker, but I think I'm just under 6,000 for the year in cashes.
Wow.
So I'm doing all right this year. I took fifth place in that 30,000 tournament. That was 1,400.
Yeah, that was sweet.
And then I've had a bunch of $100, $200 cashes. throughout the year. So I mean, I play a lot though. Well, I play every day almost.
I knocked out Ferris Bueller last night.
I saw that. I'm trying to think of
Who
who that
is?
is. I know who that.
Is he like a pro player?
I think he is. Yeah,
He
I
probably
think he is. I
rebought
want.
back into the tournament, but
He might even be that loan car. He's another guy I follow on YouTube. He's a pro. Yeah, and he's had some major catches. Um, I was surprised to even see him in that tournament. To be honest, he normally don't mess with little old tournaments like that.
right. But
But anyway,
since
how
I
was your
did
sales
not
over the weekend?
cash in that tournament, I enjoyed at least getting to knock out a named player.
Right, right.
At least one go round. He probably rebought.
Yeah, I'm sure them guys fire 5 and 6 bullets. Boski was on his fourth, I think, last night when I left. Which I guess, I mean, if you can finish strong, I guess it's worth it. But I don't. It's just not my model. I mean, 2 bullets usually, and I'm out. Every now and then, I lose my mind, and I'll go 3 or 4. But for the most part,
Yeah.
for the most part, 2 bullets, and I'm done.
Yeah. Eagles and Phillies in the World Series.
Yeah.
No, I mean
Yeah. How about that?
Phillies and the
Astros.
Astros in the World Series. Uh, did the Bills win again?
I didn't see the Bills game.
I didn't watch it.
I
Let
bet
me
on
look.
I bet on a few games, but well, I think I told you yesterday I ended up losing $5 overall.
Yeah. Let's see.
I know
NFL.com.
I know Cincinnati put a pounding on whoever they played. Kansas City ended up beating the 49ers yesterday.
Do, do, do. Okay, standings. Oh, I guess Buffalo didn't play yesterday. They're still at 5-1. Okay.
Oh, okay. They had a bye week.
I don't know. Maybe Monday night or Thursday or something. I don't know.
Could be, yeah.
Or a bye week, whatever. Dun, dun. Well, yeah, it's a strange weekend. How'd that get big?
Yeah, I worked all weekend, so I didn't pay too much attention.
Do, do.
We've got our yearly inspection coming up down here at work, so I'm triple busy right now.
What are you trying to sell? 24K? Why would eBay take down a sale?
I think he's being,
Oh,
funny.
oh. Okay. I was over there looking at Buffalo Bills instead of paying attention. Cowboys won another game, but they just can't beat the good teams. They never, I mean, for 30 years now, they can't beat the good teams.
Well, they got a decent record so far, don't they? Like 5-2 or
Yeah, they're
something, or
5-2, but and they actually could make the playoffs again, but they'll get knocked out in the first game of the playoffs or second game.
yeah. My Cardinals let me down. They got swept in the 3 games they played.
Yeah, I don't even think the Rangers made the playoffs.
Well, you got
They just,
Houston.
yeah, Rangers gave up too many walks and free bases and stuff all year
Is
long.
that what? Is that true? They've only got 2 playoff wins since 1995. Cowboys.
Well, they won one last year, right?
Believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not good,
No, not good.
but that's the way Cowboys are. You either like it or don't like it, though, because it's not going to change as long as Jerry Jones is the owner. He just
Yeah.
wants a big show, put on a big show,
Yeah, I
you
think he's a
know,
little stuck in the past. Well, that would be cool. 24K. He said he got to go in the locker room during the Super Bowl the year Jerry Jones was fired. I think he said.
Jimmy.
Troy Aikman, Emmett Smith, and Michael Irvin. Those were the days. That was when Dallas was America's team.
Yeah, well, they picked up the nickname even before that, I think, during the
Yeah,
Staubach years.
right, right. Good morning, Hank. Good to
And
see
they
you.
were kind of
Uh,
they were kind of that back then because
have you ever watched his TV show?
who's
Uh, I know it's not Staubach. Yeah, is it Staubach? Who am I thinking of? The reality show. I think he was a. No, no, he wasn't with Dallas. Who am I thinking of?
Hi Hank.
Never mind. My 56-year-old mind's going wild on me this morning.
24K. Getting ready for another doggo appointment. Good to
I
see you,
did. I
Hank.
beat you. I beat you, Carol. But good morning. Yeah, Terry Bradshaw. You ever see the Bradshaw Bunch TV show? He's so funny.
He is. Uh, Sadie beat me in today. Terry Bradshaw, he get he's starting to get a little bit like our president, kind of forgetting stuff. But when he forgets stuff, it's just funny and everybody laughs.
Right, right. He's probably got enough money to forget stuff for the rest of his life. It doesn't even matter.
Yeah,
You just missed it, Carol. I gave away a bunch of money right before you came in.
yeah. Too bad you missed out. Yeah, well, Terry Bradshaw's what, 82 or 3 or 4 or something.
You got to be up there. He
He's
looks
older than
good for
me,
his
I
age.
know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My brother did a house clean out. Well, I think I told you some of the stuff I got. But he brought me yesterday like 100 quarts of oil and 20 gallons of antifreeze, and I don't know what I'm going to do with all this stuff. Just throw it in a corner and hoard it, I guess. Pass it on to the next guy when I go.
Don't make fun. I didn't elect. Okay, never mind.
Right.
All we need to do is get political this morning. It's Monday. Don't
Right.
make us get political on a Monday. Let's give
Right.
it till
Right.
Wednesday.
Right. You can't help but make fun of the guy now. I mean, you can't possibly take the guy serious anymore. But that's all I'm gonna say about that.
Yep, yep. That's Todd's president. Hmm. Uh, I had a slow weekend. I have 4 orders going out. That's
Did you?
horrible. I made like 25 listings over the weekend, and I had 4 sales. That's not good odds.
Right. How many listings do you have up, Todd?
Uh,
A couple thousand, or
1,100.
that's a lot. Yeah.
1,100. I have a ton of listings, but I've got stuff in my store that's 4 or 5 years old. I need to
Yeah, I
just
do too.
either donate or throw stuff away at this point. I got.
I have like 75 listings. I sold another set of window latches over the weekend, though.
Oh, that's good. How many of those do you have
Yeah.
left?
Oh, I'm getting down there. Probably 30 or 40 sets.
Yeah,
Vacuum
yeah,
cleaner filters.
yeah. I got one set of filters. I put them in two packs to sell them, but I got like at least 100 of just one type. So the next 6 years I'll be selling those.
Right. I love listings like that, though, as long as they're not too big and bulky to store.
Yeah, I sacked up a bunch of them and put them on my back porch. I hope they don't get all grodied out like stuff you find in storage units.
Well, if they do a year from now, and they're not selling, it'll just give you a reason to get rid of them.
Yeah, bum crack. I need to figure out how to go to StreamYard and cancel that one. Well, it's their own
What's
fault. I started 2 shows on October 14th because I started a show and it didn't come up. And it didn't come up, and I waited. There must have been some kind of lag going on. So I started another one. So people that came in on the 14th early, they didn't know which show to go to. It
Oh,
was
yeah, I
funny.
remember that one. That was last week, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Or the week before?
whatever the 14th was. Yeah, a week and a half. Something. And this, he got old stuff. Yeah, it would help the Bat Cave quite a bit if I just got rid of some stuff.
What
I
is a
got
chopper?
Chopard. That's a watch.
Oh, okay. Chopar.
Chopard something.
So, did you end up buying that silver?
I did.
Nice. Nice.
Yep, yep.
Well, that stuff will sell. I mean, that's pretty good inventory to have just to keep things going, keep things moving.
Yeah, this stuff like this is. I'm not a collector. I just the silver and gold that I buy for me is savings. So I don't like to buy stuff that has a big premium above. Like this is it's like $19 worth of silver. But on eBay this coin sells for about $80
Yeah,
because
that's
of
a good sell.
the premium. Well, um so I want to sell this type of coin, and that's what most of the stuff is that that's what most of the stuff is that was in that silver that I bought. It's collectible stuff.
Yeah, yeah. It's a beautiful coin.
So I want to get the money out of it and then just buy plain silver and gold, silver or gold, whatever.
Right. Well, hopefully you got a decent deal
Yeah.
on it. You don't have to say what you paid, but I'm hoping you got a good deal on it.
For gold and silver, it was a very good deal.
Good, good.
For items to sell on eBay, eh, the return on investment will not be large.
Well, hopefully you'll make some money on it. There's Jim and Tara.
Yeah. Hey, Jim Tara. I'll put the link back in the chat here if anybody wants. If Jim and Tara want to come on for a little bit. We're just doing a regular BS and oh, don't say BS. Somebody get mad. What's Shaitan?
Oh, she means Sharon.
Oh, not
She
sure.
meant Sharon.
There's Deb. Everybody's coming in late. What y'all sleep
Hey,
in this morning?
there's Swag.
The swag maven. That's what she used to be. Now it's watercolor world.
Yeah, I still got to call her Swag. I'm stuck in the past.
Uh-huh. Here we go. We need a gym story this morning. Da da
I
da.
don't think we got any good gym stories right now.
Oh,
We always need to start the week off good with
It's
a
got
gym
to come
story.
spontaneous. It just you just can't demand.
Got a good story.
Oh, you see, had one.
that
I
didn't
mean,
take long.
if you're scratching your head how higher interest rates are going to help the
Oh no!
economy,
Oh God!
if you're just like, wow, why are they raising interest rates to cool down spending on, like, I don't know, food and gasoline, stuff people really, they have to survive? How do you cool down spending on stuff so people like train themselves not to eat? But anyway, I figured it out because I was looking at my credit card stuff and I thought, oh yeah, if you got a credit card balance, it's the credit card company won't be getting as much as they loaned out because the money you're paying them with now is worth less. And then it took me about 2 seconds to say, oh yeah, but except they're raising interest because the Fed's raising interest rates. It's the banks are pushing the Fed to raise the interest rates so that they can recoup their losses on inflation by raising interest. So the banks will be okay. You're going to be
See what I live with?
you're going to be screwed.
This is what I wake up to every
But that's who
morning.
the Fed's working with. It's the banks. That's who's pushing these
Yeah,
interest rate hikes.
yeah, they're all in cahoots. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're all in cahoots, all right.
sticking it to the
Bastard.
man.
If you mean by being in cahoots, they're connected at the hip.
No,
What is?
sticking it to the poverty class like me.
Hey Todd, Mr. Gold. What is 1/5 10K 10 kg? But what's 1/5 mean?
Uh,
Is that got something to do with gold rolled or gold filled? Or
I don't know, but it doesn't. But if it's 10 kg, but wouldn't it say 10 unless the F got cut off when they put these like green stones in it?
Yeah, it's the thickness of the layer that they put
There you
Hmm.
go.
of plating.
Okay.
So a lot of stuff is like 1/10,
Uh-huh.
which is thinner
Yeah.
than 1/5.
You see
Oh.
that like
It's
on
like,
pens or like on eyeglasses.
Well, I got these necklaces. They're from, they used to have a Fruit of the Loom factory here. And these are like, like you work for a company for 10 years, you get like a gold necklace or their version of gold
yeah,
with different colored stones in it. Anyway.
yeah. And that 1/10 and 1/5, that's a little bit thicker than just gold plated plain. So, but
Anyway.
it's not it doesn't make it gold. It's just
Yeah.
got that little, I think it's 1/5 of a micron, whatever a micron is.
Sounds like smart people lingo now. Oh, Deborah's
A,
here.
mic, a micron is like 1/100th of, or 1/1000th of a millimeter. So it's really,
Is there a way
really,
to
really
extract the
thin.
gold out of it?
I don't know. I'm just
Yeah,
gonna sell it.
but you have to like take all the gold filled stuff and put it into heavy duty, dangerous, caustic chemicals.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess it's what they do with the computer chips and stuff, huh? Or is that more pure gold than?
I don't know.
No, I think that's mostly plated. It's the gold transfers electricity well, but the other thing it does is it does not corrode. So if you have sensitive parts in the electronics, they would electroplate with gold to prevent corrosion.
I have sensitive parts, but they aren't gold plated.
You don't dip them in
Well,
corrosive material, corrosive liquid.
in
Is
the
what
old
you're
days, your
saying?
teeth there was gold wasn't poisonous. There's no toxins in it, and it didn't corrode, so it was a good thing to fix teeth.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Look at that! I'm looking. I got this crap on my desk. Jim was on my desk digging around, and I have too much stuff on my desk.
I replaced your monitor. That's not just
Okay,
sitting
but
around.
look at this sealed CD. It's Reek Daddy. It's some kind of rap CD. Super Thug. You ever heard of this guy? No.
Hey, 24K. Who was the guy that on the, oh, it was years ago. The guy would talk about, he would get like old dental work,
No.
bridges and fillings and stuff like that that
Huh.
were
How did he get
there were,
fillings? I wonder.
he had a dentist or a dental place that whenever they got some of that, he would buy it from them.
That's kind of
Oh yeah, yeah.
I don't know if I'd want to do that, but
That is kind of messed up.
yeah, because it's not
I
like you
thought you
trade
were.
that shit in.
I thought you were going to say he was running an insurance scam, like going and getting gold caps and then scrapping them and going and getting more.
Well, I
He
guess
was
the
a
dentist.
British guy from Gutter.
Uh, I sold those. You'd send in like these plaster molds that they would in the 50s or whatever that they take of your mouth to fit you for whatever. And I did sell them on eBay, but even those are kind of creepy to me in a way. They're plaster molds of like people's teeth,
Jacked up teeth.
Yeah, they're jacked up teeth.
Yeah, he was able to extract gold from old teeth and fillings and stuff that the dentists were going to throw out.
Oh, you mean so he
I
Yeah,
got
think I've seen.
with the tooth still attached?
yeah, he would get like a
Oh,
bridge or some other form of dental work that had gold and platinum in it, and
oh my God.
melt
Yeah.
it down. And
Oh, you're
Wow.
well,
freaking out.
Yeah, that sounds like mid last century kind
sorry,
of Eastern
we
European.
needed a brighter in here.
Oh God. Okay, easy.
That's jacked up. If I
Gwen's
did that,
complaining about new light bulbs I put in. They're really bright.
You get the daytime.
Actually, they're not, but the fixture is supposed to run on 60-watt bulbs, and these are 120s. But
I
they're
put daytime bulbs
CFL
everywhere now.
bulbs. They don't use as much electricity.
Well, did you get all your
Oh, okay, yeah.
vacuum filters listed? I see you were working on that this weekend.
Yeah, I
Did it make your
did.
mind go buggy going through vacuum filters, or
It
not bad?
kind of did, you know. I
That's
started doing,
That's dedication, Todd. That is dedication.
you know, when you hit sell similar, but they're not exactly the same. Sometimes you leave in the stuff from the old listing accidentally, and
Do you want this? There you go.
you accidentally put in stuff that doesn't belong.
Yeah.
Like maybe accidentally leaving in pictures for a Hoover filter that's actually a Bissell, you know, and you're like, oh, crap, now I gotta go back and fix that listing.
Yeah.
or like a naughty meme picture. Hey, you could. Why don't you just sell that?
I didn't know if you wanted it.
No, sell
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, every
I think
single one of those filters was infused with Febreze.
Yeah. I've sold them in the past. Not that many. Like you got that huge lots of them I saw in your video, but I have sold them
Yeah.
in the past. You see, like, there's a lot of listings on them, and you get a lot of people. They'll be like $9.99 free shipping and stuff like that. It's just like,
Yeah. I mean, a lot of them I'm only going to make like $4 on when they sell.
but you did get a lot of them, so
But yeah, if I've got 15 listings times 4, that's still some
Yeah,
pocket
when you get down
change.
to that, then you got to start figuring the cost of your package. You got to figure, that you'd lose your first 30 cents on your first dollar from the eBay, the cash handler, your
Yep.
merchant account. They take 30 cents on the first dollar, and that's only a small percentage after that. But the first buck, they'll take 30 cents. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
all that. You'll probably lose a buck on packaging and paying the merchant, the handler.
Yep. It's like I sold a filter yesterday for $7.99 plus $4 shipping,
mm-hmm.
and the shipping was $4.27.
So you got to pay whatever percent
And
you
then
make on that. You know they charge you the fees on your sales tax, which I think is really rich. I don't even know how that's legal. They take the total transaction, whatever you take in, including your sales tax.
are you sure they take out on
That's
tax?
what I read it. I could be wrong, but I thought it looked to me, and I looked at it several times. I couldn't figure out a way that they're not taking out the taxes, because in my state, I have to file my sales tax, even though eBay takes it out. I have to file a sales tax
Yeah,
thing
him too,
showing I
Glock.
paid zero, that eBay collected it all every freaking quarter. But as I'm looking at what eBay charging the fee. I'm like, did it with the calculator, went backwards with it. I'm like, they're charging me the merchant fee on the sales tax.
Because they're just doing it on your gross what you bring in.
Yeah.
They're charging you a merchant fee on your gross.
But
that's money I never even. It ain't no money to me. I never even see it.
Well,
They don't. If they paid it to me and then I had to pay it to the state, I'd get it. But they never even pay it to me, so I can't play with it for 3 months. They can, but I can't.
Yeah.
Well. There's some value in being able to play with that sales tax for 3 months. That's the way it used to be. I'd collect it. I'd have to send it into the state myself. I didn't have to pony up that money for 3 months. I could have gone to an auction, bought something, and double, tripled my money.
No.
Because damn well that's what they're putting it into something safer than reselling, but they're putting that money aside, making money on that money before they.
Bastards.
Yeah, it is kind of
Bastards.
not right.
Yeah, so now when I run a sale in my store, I won't be able to add all those filters in with it, because that'll make even less money than I make. Yeah, none of those filters are worth big money. Zero.
No.
None of them.
It seems to me like if you have most of them, and maybe you have some that are harder to find, most of them sell. If you put paid shipping on them, they're going to sell around $5 plus shipping. Otherwise, you got a lot of people that do free shipping on them, and they're going to be about $9.99 free shipping, which in the end is about the same as selling them for $4.99 with paid shipping.
The
Right.
reason I look into
So,
that, we bought a garage, well, a lot of a garage that sold like car points, condensers, along with larger stuff too. But we wound up
A
with
lot of
like
small parts.
boxes and boxes of these very small parts or whatever. But if we sold them for less than $4.99, by the time I paid for the box, all the fees and whatnot, I mean, it really wasn't worth doing. So it's anything that was like $4.99 and less, we had a bundle, or else it wasn't worth selling. We're just on the precipice of losing money on it. That don't make any sense. And that's not even caught. But we bought so much of it. I mean, it was like our acquisition. It was like almost free to us. I mean, if you're buying the product on top of that, yeah, you got to add that in too.
Yeah.
That one we had to rent a U-Haul trailer, not a U-Haul truck.
That was all those Briggs and Stratton stuff.
Yeah. I mean, box after. We got these Briggs and Stratton modules. It's an ignition module for a Briggs and Stratton lawnmower.
Those things are awesome.
Tar got them for
I paid
$12.
$12. It came with some other stuff. They're in a wicker basket. All these brand new modules.
By the time we were done, because we were selling them for around $80 a piece. By the time we were done, it was $4,000 worth of lawn tractor modules. Tar paid $12 for it, and we got to keep the wicker basket we were in.
I will say when we sold the last one of those modules, I was like, oh boy, I'm really gonna miss
I got actually choked up. I'm not kidding. I mean, I was like, oh my god, we could be millionaires.
He said I almost cried.
hi Beth.
Yeah. All those modules were great. Yes, it was a sad day when the last one was
All we had to do was get $5 underneath the competition. There was 2 other tractor outfits, lawnmower parts places selling them on eBay. We just had to make sure we stayed up $5 underneath them.
I mean, I think some of them sold for 90 and some of them sold down to 80 was our base, but we just have ourselves the lowest price in between 80 to 90.
And one thing scared me was because it was an electronic part. I'm like, somebody's going to blow this module and then return it to me. I never got a single one person. It didn't fit, but other than that, you just ordered the wrong one. I did the return on it, but other than that, I never had somebody return it as a defect, not once. Of all of them, I was just amazed.
No.
That's good.
Just stupid luck.
Yeah. I got a bunch of stuff in over the weekend.
Cool. What did you get?
Well, this one I got, and I may not even be able to do nothing with these because they're expired, but I got like 2,000 1/2 ounce like sample size tubes of copper tone sunscreen. But the problem is they expired in 2000. I don't know if I can do anything with them or not. They probably won't even let me list them, would they?
I don't know.
I think
Why
they
would it expire?
You call them expired in the thing.
Just call it vintage.
Unless they change, I haven't listed anything like Beauty Aids or cosmetics for a while, but I know I've had makeup where it'll have an expiration date and I still sold it.
Call it vintage like perfume, and they let you sell any kind of perfume that's 100 years old.
Well, if it's one they don't make anymore, yes.
Yeah, but now perfume is weird because it's supposed to be new, you know.
And don't get that.
I was gonna light up like
that date that they stamp
10
on
or
the
20
tube.
of them.
Don't get that near a heat source like a curling iron because that could melt the date where you couldn't hit. Be very careful not to do that.
Oh yeah. Well, and then I got a bunch of new old stock transmission filter kits.
Cool.
Like out of an auto parts store or something. A guy just ordered. I mean, my brother bought me.
Whoa.
Oh, I must have 100.
Oh, filter kits. But they're not like rebuild kits, like where they got all the gaskets and ball bearings and springs and stuff.
The filter and the gasket only, Jim.
Okay. Yeah, because I know those kits for like your rebuild kits, $400. You know, if you get the one that's got the pressure, the plates and stuff in there, and the balls and the springs, and the gaskets.
Yeah. No, they're not that. They're just the filter and gasket only. Basically, a fluid change too is what they are.
Yeah. Well, hey, they'll sell those every day too.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of them are worth good money.
Yeah.
They're probably $30 and up. And then I got like, I don't know, 1,000 2-inch muffler clamps, the old school ones, you know. And I don't,
Oh yeah.
but I don't know what to do with those. And then he brought me, well, some of the stuff I'm just going to keep for myself. He brought me like 20 gallons of antifreeze, like 150 quarts of oil.
Well, that I will say is part of this business too, because you end up buying stuff that you never have to pay full retail on,
Yeah, and the oil and
which
antifreeze I'll
saves
keep
you
for
money.
myself.
You
I mean,
know. Yeah.
yeah, that stuff's so expensive nowadays. If I can, I don't even know how much a gallon of antifreeze costs nowadays, but I know it's expensive.
I don't know.
Yeah,
We haven't bought one for a
About
while.
11, $12.
Uh,
yeah.
I mean, as long as it's not the 50-50 stuff. The 50-50 stuff you
No,
can get
it's
like $8 to $10, but the regular straight up antifreeze, yeah, they'll cost you 10, 11, $12
uh,
if the cheap stuff.
It's good sourcing stuff that you'll use. I mean, Jim was all excited about a wicker basket, so
yeah, their wicker
I
basket's
know
all gone. I don't
he
have wicker baskets.
he almost cried.
Yeah. He cried when his he did cry when that last module was sold. You gotta slow down on eBay. You always need to crack up a couple modules.
Yeah, have you ever watched SpongeBob SquarePants? I'm like Mr. Krabs. I like my money.
Yeah, Jim
Oh,
doesn't cry when his children are born, but when he sells the last module he's been selling, he will cry.
But I was gonna say, every wicker basket we wound up with from an auction,
Yeah.
we could build a house.
yeah. Every time I go to the auction, they load me up with totes. I started taking them back. I got
Oh, like
all
they
kinds
always
of
will have
busted
totes with
up
no
totes.
lids. I tell you about the
Yeah.
totes with no lids. You know what I do with the totes? You get these totes that don't have lids. When I go through the stuff and it's the stuff that ain't worth selling that I take to Goodwill, I load it up in the tote with no lid and ship it to Goodwill.
Any damaged toes
there
go
you go.
filled with junk we don't want.
Yeah, I got a stack of totes out in my carport that I'm going to take back when I buy something at the next auction,
Hmm.
which I don't need to buy for a long time. I got stuff.
Yeah, I'm working through. I got a lot of stuff too. I got backed up, and I need to clear it out. I need to get it listed
Mm,
and get it sold.
I still got Christmas stuff I haven't
I've
listed.
been listing Christmas stuff, but I still have more Christmas stuff. I gotta list here.
Oh, and I got 3 of those real old. I don't know. Jim probably knows what I'm talking about. They're like the 30-pound grease and lube cans that like the service stations used to get and stuff. They're
Sure,
grease in.
sure.
Well, Jim's an old timer. He knows that stuff. Back in his back
Careful.
in his day when they were driving around the Model Ts and some jalopies, they used that stuff all the time.
You know, we had those little knobs on the
Right,
axle, turn pack grease in.
right. Had the old hit and miss motor.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, you got to stop every 2 miles, put water in it.
Carry a couple eggs to put in the radiator.
Well, they would run. You'd have kids when they would run the Model Ts. You didn't need a battery to run it, but they would go to the they roll. This kid would roll it to the shop and have them jump it for him because they could run it without a battery because he was too cheap to buy a battery.
Oh.
Just driving around this old Model T. He's talking about like growing up in the 30s. Todd would know about that better than I would.
Well, okay. Sounds like you knew quite a bit about it. I was getting a little worried about you. Did you ever see like those cartoons where they'll have like somebody in a jalopy, but the tires are all like going up and down? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh no.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I know
Okay,
what
so
you're-
one
story
time
you're telling.
Jim, he buys this Jeep Gladiator truck, okay? It's up in the woods. We cut it out. We hook up my pickup truck to it. We drag it home at like 6 in the morning. He's riding in it, okay? The seat is just springs because the cloth or whatever is off of it. And it says the wheels, I swear God, because they're all different sizes, they're like, he looks like he's in a jalopy going up and down, these wheels.
No,
He's-
they didn't all have air in them.
Oh, but
They
it
were-
looked goofy, and he's
but they were
bouncing
so-
on these
They've been
springs.
sitting flat so long that they didn't, like a regular tire when it goes flat, you can't go. We were less mile from the house. But these tires had been flat so long, they were flat permanently on that side. I mean, they were just like these old dry rot tires from the 60s. So it's literally like going up and down, but in different spots of the car. All four sides could either be up or down at one point. I mean, I thought my kidneys were going to fall out.
And we sold that stupid truck. A guy drove all the way from Pennsylvania up to northern Wisconsin, bought it off eBay, picked it up, and took it home.
And it had no upholstery on the inside because the windows were broken, I thought. So I'm like, oh, too bad somebody broke the windows. They ruined the interior of this car. It would have been really good shape for northern Wisconsin. I'm working on the car to get it moving. For whatever reason, I'm going to see if there's a bunch of glass inside the door. I turned the crank. They worked. They just parked it with the flipping windows down. I'm like, what the F? So they ruined it. So when I'm bouncing up and down in the car, not only am I bouncing up and down, but I'm sitting on springs. There's no cloth on the seat. It's just metal springs up my butt.
Up my wazoo. What year was
when you
it?
drop on it, when a 200-plus pound guy drops on a set of springs that are bare, yeah, it's going to go up places that don't belong.
What year was that thing? Was it like a
1965.
Oh, I thought it was a 62. Anyway.
Oh, maybe it was. It could have been.
Yeah.
But for what someone had gone wrong with it, and they parked it. It had like 30,000 miles on it.
Yeah.
It had like no miles on it. Yeah, it's just one of those. I wanted to for myself. I'm like, I'm just gonna get to this thing.
No, Mr. Sadie hit the wrong button on the left.
Uh-oh.
I thought he was like, oh
Maybe
God, not another one of these gym stories. I'm out of here.
Oh. No, I think I may have accidentally knocked Sadie out.
Oh, Nady.
Sorry, Mr. Nady.
Nady.
I don't know what I did.
I think I pushed kick remove, but
Todd's like, it's 10 o'clock, time to go. Out,
Yeah.
out.
Oh yeah, it's 10:01. I got
Friends like Todd, who needs enemies?
I know.
Todd's got his hand on his forehead in the shape of an L. Yeah. Goodbye, suckers.
Oh boy.
I got
So what was the stock market doing, Todd? I didn't see it. Was it red?
No, it's green.
Oh, okay, good.
It wasn't supposed to be, but it is. It's not a big deal different.
It's all turning around. Right, Jim?
Yep.
I hope so. I hope we get through these midterms and stuff. Maybe starts going back to normal.
Well, when Joe when he gets elected the second time, when he gets his 4 more years, that's why he's just got sea legs right now. But when he gets in his stride, you're gonna see his country turn around.
Great.
He's just getting started.
Right.
It's all going to plan.
I want to get a 2024 Biden hat. Wear it around.
I'm gonna ride you out of town on a rail. Something like that. Yeah.
So you gotta turn it around.
Yeah, wear that 2024 Biden hat with a mask on your face the whole time.
Yeah,
Everywhere
at
you
an
go.
auction. Yeah, with my ass.
At an auction, you'll get your ass
I'll
handed
get
to you.
spat
Right.
on tobacco spit.
Yeah, make sure you wear your COVID mask and your hat pulled
At
way
an
down.
auction,
And
yeah.
I don't know, and nothing wrong with whatever you're gonna do. I don't have a problem when anyone wants to do their own thing. As long as they don't bother me or don't mess with my stuff, I don't care. But I went to the eye doctor. The recording said if you come in, you have to wear a mask. And this is like 2 weeks ago. I'm like, yeah, this is getting ridiculous. I'm like, I don't have to wear a mask nowhere else. Why would I have to wear a mask there? All right. And I mean, it's not like people are getting operated in there. It's an eye doctor. So I go up to the counter. The lady, they're usually real friendly. She's kind of short with me. She's like, yeah, okay, we'll just sit over there or whatever. I'm like, oh, she's kind of snappy. So I'm sitting there I'm there for probably about 5 minutes reading my Life magazine or whatever. And I start looking around. The lady that sells glasses, she ain't wearing a mask. The receptionist girl, she wasn't wearing a mask. And then I look into where they're like, 2 people. I'm like, there's 2 other people that ain't wearing masks. I walk up to the counter and I say, hey, do I have to wear this? She's like, no. I'm like, hey, your recording said you do. She's, oh, well, I have to change that. She goes, no, you don't have to wear that.
Then she's real
Then
friendly.
she's just nice as pie. Okay, he's ready for you, sir. Now she's real nice to me. I'm like, oh my God,
He was getting profiled for wearing that mask.
because I'm like, wow, everybody likes me. First impression, I'm real nice.
Well,
It's too ridiculous to make any sense of at this point.
yeah.
Yep.
I don't even try. I'm like you, Jim. You do whatever you feel like you need to do. I'm
Yeah,
good.
I don't. Yeah, do whatever. But it never works out where you could just say, "Hey, do your own thing, whatever." No, they got to impose the stuff on you too.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
You do what you want. Just don't force me to do it.
Oh,
too.
don't wear that Febreze vacuum as a mask, though, Todd. You're gonna get sick.
Oh, you're gonna get this video.
Yeah. I wanna impose vacuum cleaner filters on people.
Information. You can't use freeze vacuum cleaners for filters for masks.
I need to impose some 22-year-old copper tone sunblock on some people right now. Everybody needs to wear it.
Stop the melanoma.
I
Right.
looked at a random thing. Oh, it was about that guy
That's
Reese,
right,
or whatever his
innocent.
name is, said something about the liberal world order, how they're trying to that something was a threat to the liberal world order. So anyway, I wanted to see who said that, and then it came up with a factcheck.org. So this person is a factcheck.org on what he said, but saying, yeah, he said it and he meant that, but it's got nothing to do with the fuel crisis. I'm like, okay, but it's still scary he said it and meant it, but all right. But I look at this person, I like to go down to with this factcheck.org. If you run into one of those, down to their sources, they're like, what do you call it at the end of the story? You got to quote your sources.
Yeah.
Bibliography, or no,
Whatever.
whatever you call that thing at the end.
Ask Todd. He's a school
that verifies your stuff. Anyway, so I'm looking through there. I'm like, wait a minute. I see this name come up 3 times. There's 3 times that the author used this person as a source. I'm like, but wait a minute. Wasn't it? I go up to the top. The author of the factcheck.org article cited themselves 3 times. Other ones are like CNN, MSNBC, or whatever. I'm like, oh yeah, this is totally a non-biased, non-political.
But when you have to cite yourself,
You're citing your own previous fact check. Like that. How the hell can you base a fact check on a previous fact check? I mean, that sounds like a little bit bullshit.
all right, getting a little crazy.
Well, just saying. Hey, there's nothing political and not political. A fact check. There's a not political.
There's nothing bad about crazy. Come on.
Well, you want to know what really started this about this guy that said this world order? Yesterday, he's arguing with me that Ron Klain said that. I'm like, no, it's not Ron Klain.
No, guy's name's
and he's
Reese.
arguing with me. He goes, I'm 100. I know. I bet you 100%. I'm 100% right. I'm like, well, I'm going to bet you 99% that you're wrong because I know it ain't him. So then I did prove that I didn't remember the guy's name, but I also knew it was not Ron Klain.
You're right.
I know. I don't know why I'm always right, and he debates me on it.
I was wrong to debate you.
You should just accept that I'm right.
I should just wake up and say I love you and I'm sorry.
Whatever you're thinking, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're right.
Whatever you think I did, I probably did it.
Oh, God. Yeah. Well, I love all of you. It's time to get out of here and start
I
our
thought you
week.
started drinking when you started saying, I love all of you. I'm like, oh, God.
Yeah.
He's deep in the Febreze right now. Todd's getting stoned on his own supply of Febreze over there.
I know. Hey, at least I finally bought something to sell that doesn't stink.
Well, there you go.
There we go.
Unless unless it was stored in a barn where there's a bunch of mice and stuff, and then the mouses got
Oh, well, yeah, there's that.
Oh, yeah, but it doesn't cover loose mouse turds. Is there anything worse when you buy something at auction and then you find the loose mouse turds in the box? You're like,
no, what I like is when you don't take it out of the box, you sell it in the box, and then the buyer says, hey, it's a nice thing, but I did find a couple mouse turds.
That's right. Those are for free. You can keep those.
Well, you don't know. I mean, when you buy them you buy it like in an auction, you don't know where the hell the person stored it. And if it's new in the box, you hate to open it and take it out. But I usually do. just because that's happening.
Oh man, you want to hear my screw of the week though?
Oh,
So
that was a bad one.
I bought this big model airplane. It's a Corgi model airplane. Bought it online. I know the auction company. I messaged them. I haven't got a response back. They had just taken a picture of the box, said it was new sealed in the box. Okay. So I picked it up. I'm going to take pictures of it yesterday. I open it up and take pictures of the box. And I open it up and it had these.
Jim, it's got the men in it.
It's got. I said, "Oh, it's look at this, Jim. It is sealed. It has the men and the top piece of styrofoam. It has these 3 like airplane mechanic pilot men that go with this diorama big scale model." Okay, cool. Take that picture. Lift up the styrofoam. No flipping airplane.
I thought she was lying.
I mean,
yeah, good one, Tara.
I was like sick. I paid $65 for this thing plus the 10%, so almost $70 for an empty frickin' box with 3 die casts.
Wow.
Yeah, I wasn't real happy. I emailed her. I mean, I'm not being shitty, and I buy a lot of stuff from them. I think it was an honest mistake on their part, but I mean, you ever have it where your heart just sinks? Like, I don't freaking believe this.
How many sons they have?
Oh, like
3?
4, yeah.
4.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping one of them don't have it like hung up from the ceiling in his bedroom or something like that. Because it was a Spitfire.
Yeah, it's like when I comped it, it's like a $350 model or something around there.
Yeah, it's nice. It's large.
It's big.
Too.
It's like 1/24th scale.
Yeah,
or
it's
something.
super detailed paint job. It's for the pictures. We've never actually seen one because we don't have it.
Yeah, it did look nice in the pictures on the box. Yeah. Anyway, now let's
They'll probably make it right if you've dealt with them for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe they're ghosting us so far.
I did email her back on because it was through HiBid, so you get that email through HiBid. I emailed her back on that because I didn't want to like Facebook Messenger. But I don't. So I'll give them the benefit of the doubt that maybe they didn't see that. I didn't even ask for money back. I said, "Hey, the box was empty. I know you're going through an estate or whatever. If you happen to see that plane, I would really like it anyway." So.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, note to self: check your shit when you pick it up from online auctions. It's like my word of advice for the day: check your shit before you take it home. And I let it sit for like 4 or 5 days before I even took pictures of it.
Yeah, before you pull away at McDonald's, when you drive through, do your McInventory, which is making sure all your food's
Oh my God! Don't get me started on that.
I call it the McInventory. But
Anyway.
Probably let Todd go to work.
Yeah, Todd wants to wrap it up.
Yeah, let's stick a fork in this one and call it done. All right, folks, we'll see you tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel.
All right, have a good day, y'all.
Hasta mañana. Later.